The best way to spend your teens. Okay, so this is advice from an adult. I was a teen and now I'm an adult, and I'm going to give you some of my advice that, you know, these years have done to me. All right. Number one is the one thing you could do when you're a teen is you could focus on your hobbies, right? Really focus on what you're passionate about and what you really love doing, whether it be playing sports, making videos, doing art, doing computer programming, playing video games, right? Really go as hard as you can in that hobby and figure a way to make money from that hobby, right? So I'm gonna tell you right now, like people say, oh, money is not important, money doesn't buy you happiness. Those people, they don't have money. They don't know the truth, okay? You need to focus on making money. Even as a teen, right now, I know you're not able to make money, right? You don't have a job or whatever. If you're a teen, right, you should start making money. You should start making money right now. I'm telling you right now. Try your best to start making money as soon as possible, right? Whether you're like, I know like at 16, you can get a job. 16, 17, you can get a job. Okay, but I don't recommend that. I don't recommend you wasting your time at a job. Yes, it's good experience, but it's important to choose the right kind of job for you. Okay, so don't just pick any job. Like I'm telling you right now, if you get a job at McDonald's, you're not gonna get any kind of valuable skills, right? Yes, you'll like learn how to use a register. Yes, you'll learn how to talk to some customers, rude as they may be, but you know you learn some customer service skills, um, and you'll learn how to like work in a team environment. There is some benefits to working at McDonald's, but I don't recommend it if you don't want to be an employee for the rest of your life. Okay, if you want to be successful and make a lot of money, on the other hand, right, then your focus should not be like in school or whatever. Like yes, you gotta pass high school. Yes, you gotta like do your best in school while you're still in school, but don't make it your whole identity, right? Don't just like what I mean by that is like don't just be the type of person that just wakes up, goes to school, does their homework, comes home, and then that's it. They don't have any other thing to do, right? This is what I call a bot, right? I made a video about this, how to know if you're a bot or not, right? And it's really important that you realize that when you do these kind of repetitions of just doing the same thing over and over every single day, right? That's how you feel very lost. You feel very empty in your life, right? So it's important to give yourself a hobby, a passion, right? So when you finish school, when you come home, finish your assignments, you have something to do, right? Whether it be practicing your basketball, whether it be drawing something, right? It could be anything you want to do, and then figure out how to do that thing and make money. Okay, like what could I do right now with this thing that I'm making, developing skill for? How can I turn that into money? Okay, so for example, let's say you're a teenager, 13, 14 years old, right? And you're trying to um, get better at basketball, right? This is very relatable for me. Yeah, I wanted to get better at basketball around that age. Okay, so what should you do? You know, how do I make money like doing that, right? What you can start doing is just, you know, get a smartphone, start recording your journey. Um, like you playing basketball against your friends, one-on-one basketball games with your friends. Some of the drills that you're doing, right? So put your phone up, start recording some of the drills you do, put it online, right? People will want to see your progress. People will want to see what you're doing. Like they're interested in seeing um, these kind of things. And then when you're doing these things, now you can sell them, right? Sell your viewers a program later down the line, right? Once you establish your credentials or credibility, right? You have all this content out now. Now you could tell your viewers, hey, I know you enjoy my content. If you want to go into more detail or if you want more personalized help, right? We have this program you can sign up for, or this private coaching we have that you can sign up for, right? Boom. Now you can get clients that are paying you, right? That are willing to pay you for your knowledge. And all you did was just show people the workouts that you were gonna do anyway, right? The basketball training that you were gonna do anyway, right? And this can apply to any passion, right? Let's say you're let's go complete 180 and talk about art, right? Art is the complete opposite from basketball. You know, it's really hard to play one on one in art, right? But what you can do is you can do tutorials for art, like how to draw videos, right? Like how to draw a hand, right? How to draw this, right? As you learn new things to draw or learning new drawing techniques, you can make videos about that, and then also sell that, right? Sell like your paintings, right? That now that you are an artist, now you can actually sell your artwork, right? That and the beauty of it is all the artwork that you made up until this point is all sellable, right? Everything that you made, like from the very beginning, that art that you made, the first one, someone would I'm pretty sure someone might buy it. I'm not gonna lie, they might buy it, right? If you have a big enough fan base and you have enough credentials and you brought people along the journey, and when the time comes that you're asking them to support you, they will support you, right? Because now you got really hardcore fans, right? That's why I make these videos. Even though, like, in the description, I'm hoping you guys notice. Like, I'm not selling you anything. I'm literally just making these videos because I want to help you. I just want to like just give you guys this advice, and then you watch another video and get more advice, and pretty much just help improve your life, right? Because when I'm dead, like I can't give this advice to anybody else, and then these videos will live way past when I'm gone, right? So that's why I'm making these videos, and hopefully it helps at least one person, right? That's all that really matters. Okay, and that's how you have to treat it, right? You have to think about, like even as a team, like you have to think about how can I help my peers, right? My other teenagers, my classmates. What could I do to help them, right? Okay, I'm learning a new skill. Like how could I also teach them this new skill? Like how would I do it, or how would I make it so that they can learn as well? Or and as I help them, right, they're gonna want to help me, right? It's just like the symbiotic relation that you will develop over time. And it's not like there's a specific route you can go with this, right? It really depends on what what you care about, right? Because this is your life, right? And you have to realize that your teens are only going to come around once, right? This is when you are fully aware of yourself as a person, right? You're not a child anymore. You're not a baby. You don't need to be told what to do, right? You actually have a mind of your own, right? When I was a teen, I was already working. I was already making decisions for myself, like adult decisions, like what am I going to do tonight? What am I going to uh just like even like getting my driver's license and all that. Like it takes there's a lot of things that you do in your teenage years that's like very pivotal in your life, that's very important, right? So when you during this time, it's very important to find yourself, like find who you are, right? Because if you haven't found it already, like in your younger years, right, before you became a teen, if you haven't figured it out yet, like this is the time you really want to dial in and nail something down, right? Because you don't want to just be like doing nothing, right? There's some people that are just doing nothing. Okay, let me give you an example, right? I have kids that are, some of them are teens, some of them are not, but I'll give you an example for the teens, right? I have a kid that he goes to school, he comes home, and he does like SAT prep, and then he has basketball practice, and he's very busy, but he's only very busy because of his mother, right? His mother gives him all these activities to do, right? She signs him up for basketball class. She signs him up for after school class, for SAT prep, right? And then he doesn't have anything to do himself. Like he doesn't even know what to do himself. But all he wants to do himself is play basketball, right? So what kind of what how should he spend his time at this point? Well, it's hard to go against your parents, right? Because this is a very, very common situation. It's very hard to go against your parents. They already signed you up for all these classes and stuff like that, right? So the best way to spend your teens with like, strict parents, I really recommend you uh, really organizing your time. Okay, so for example, you have um, Where was I even going with this? Because I remember I was gonna go somewhere with this about like, oh, you see, this is. Let me just scratch that because that story was going nowhere. Okay, but like, I have a high school kid, right, that I used to coach basketball, and he would be spending his time playing video games, right? Valorant. And I know this because we talked about this in class, and he actually added me on Valorant, and then we played a few times. But I like it made me realize like this is the worst time for him to be spending on Valorant, right? And he spends a lot more time than I do because he's a young kid. He has time to spare. He doesn't have bills to pay. No worries, right? And I'm like looking at his scenario. I'm thinking like, oh wow, like I was pretty much similar in his. I was in a pretty similar situation, right? I would go home, play video games, waste a bunch of time, right? And that is the worst thing to do. Like advice from me is don't play video games. Like yes, you can play once in a while, but really, really, really limit yourself, and you have to have self control. Really limit yourself. Right? You don't have your parents limit you. Limit yourself. Okay, because the more time you spend playing iPad and playing video games on Valorant or whatever it is, you're wasting time that you could be developing a skill and making money. And making money is very important. Like instead of just playing the video game, stream it. Right? If you're really passionate about it, stream it. I know like oh you're underage and it's kind of difficult, but you can always make clips. You can always do faceless videos, right? You don't have to show yourself. You can always just do voice recording. You could do game clips only, like clips channel. You could do that with memes, right? There's a channel that I've seen on TikTok. He doesn't really even put himself out there at all. He does clips. He does like uh, Call of Duty videos and then throws like memes in between. Like and it's so entertaining, right? Like literally every time he has his back turned, he makes like a put a noise, starts shooting on it, it's like boop 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 boop, boop. It's like it's mad cute. It's like literally so creative, right? And that's what I encourage you to do. Like start building the habit of working on creating stuff, creating value for other people, right? And yeah, that's all I gotta say, right? Just create value for people, and and then get paid, right? Make money, create value, get paid, create value, get paid. Okay, because you only get paid in proportionate to the value you give to people, right? If you're not making any money, it's because you're not valuable. You're not giving any value to anybody, right? People like an employee gets paid by an employer because they're doing something for the employer. That there's value in there, then they get paid, right? If you want to get paid for anything they're doing, give value to somebody. That's all I gotta tell you, right? And that's really the best way to spend your teens. Okay, find a way to give value to people, right? Like let's say you have a friend and he's really overweight. Tell him, yo, give me $10 a week. I'll train with you once a week. Boom, you just made way more money than you ever made in your life, and that's only once a week and $10. Super easy, and you're gonna work out anyway, and you're working out with a friend, and you're helping him lose weight. Value, right? And then now after the first few weeks, you could be like, oh, it's $10, and then for the first week, and then $20 the next week if you decide to continue, right? It's 50% off, right? Boom, now you make $20, right? You gotta get the business mind rolling, right? Get the business ball going, okay? And it just comes with practice. You don't like wake up and just have a business or and then just have the skills to bring and then just have value, right? You have to constantly, consciously, and actively work on building your value, giving more value, right? And becoming more valuable. Hope that makes sense. Okay. So that's one of the best ways to spend your teens, make money, and become more valuable. All right. Now, let's just dive a little bit deeper into what it means to be more valuable because there's a lot of ways to be more valuable, right? Now, how to be more valuable? Become smarter, right? Become educated, like a specialist in one topic, right? Don't like it's cool to be like, okay, I'm good in this and this and this, but like if the most highly paid people are specialists, like people that really, really, really specialize in one thing, right? Like a doctor, right? Well, not a doctor, because doctor's too specific, too general, right? But like a dentist, right? A teeth doctor. They specifically focus on your teeth, right? There's also um, like Botox doctors, right? People that specifically focus on Botox. There's people that focus specifically on X-rays, X-ray technicians, right? There's a bunch of people that focus specifically on one thing. And I recommend you start finding one thing and really, really going hard at it. And it could be really anything: art, sports, fitness, anything, right? Anything that you have interest in, and there's potentially other people that have the same interest as you, which is very, very likely, right? Then you'll find some value, right? I'm gonna keep this video short. I don't really have too much to say about this topic because I'm not a teen anymore, and I haven't been a teen in a long time. Okay, and like just looking back, this is all the advice that I could give myself. Really, just make money and become more valuable, right? Learn valuable skills, and that's about it. Honestly, spend your time wisely. What else? Yeah, that's about it. Honestly, you can eat whatever you want. You're lucky at this time, right? You don't have to worry about eating that much, which again, eating is really dependent on your family situation because it's hard. I know it's hard because you have to eat whatever your parents put out, but I highly encourage cooking, even though you're just a teen, right? Learn how to cook. Cooking is one of the best skills you can learn. Everyone needs to learn how to cook. Okay, so that's another tip. Okay, another way to spend your teen, right? Learn how to cook. Can't go wrong with learning how to cook. Let me think. What else? Other last advice I can give you. Get your license early, 17, 16, so you can start driving. Then that'll open up more opportunity as well. Another thing is work for free. Okay, if you give value first, if you have to. If you don't realize it right now. Right, give value first and then ask for money. Don't be asking for money if you never gave any value to anybody. Okay, don't do that. All right, I'm gonna keep this video short. I'm done. All right, so check out my other videos here and there. If you have anything to say in the comments down below, let me know what other suggestions you have for other teens, right? How you would spend your teenage years, or if you are a teen, what are you currently doing that's valuable? How you making money? How you bringing value to other people? Comment them down below. Thank you. Bye bye.